Yes, here we are again in the segment that has little to nothing to do with me, even though I am kind of dressed like a dad today. It's the mid-size family 3-row SUV segment, as exemplified today by the second generation 2026 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy, and I am very excited for this one. I say that a lot, but I really love cars. There's been a lot of changes made to this. Let's talk about it, and welcome back. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. And before I begin today's video, as always, please do me the biggest favor ever and like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Thank you so much for your support. Do you guys have to pee before we go? This is gonna be a long road trip. Me playing a dad. The Hyundai Palisade came out in 2020 for the 2021 model year and has been on sale since then. It got a refresh halfway in between there in 2023, and now for the 2026 model year, they finally have this second generation Palisade. Now, of course, they do have the Santa Fe, but the Santa Fe wasn't big enough, especially for the American market, which, you know, we all love our massive cars and other than the new body, there's also some other new stuff for 2026. Like the last model year, this Palisade comes in 7 different trim levels. Unlike last year's model year, this one doesn't come with the night edition. Additionally, this one has an SEL Convenience, an SEL, and an SEL Premium, whereas the last model year comes with SEL or SEL Premium. The other big differences between this and the last year's model is that this is a lot more expensive. Not entirely so, but the starting MSRP for the SE is around $41,000 as opposed to the last year's $38,000. This is the top of the line calligraphy that comes in a whopping $58,000 as opposed to last year's calligraphy, which only came in at $55,000, which again, not that big of a price hike, only about $3,000. I mean, this thing is really nice. This one also comes with 21-inch wheels that I also find to be very lovely and delightful. So let's talk about competition. This is literally one of the top-selling mid-size 3-row family SUVs on the market currently. The #1 spot goes to the Honda Pilot, the #2 spot goes to the Telluride, and this is in 3rd place with the 3rd most sales in the US. I hope that that formula that they created initially is enough to keep this in the top spot. Options, people, we have options. I make that gesture a lot. Anyways, there are now 2 powertrains for the Palisade. Powertrains for the is that alliteration? It wasn't. You do get the standard 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6. It's been detuned to 287 horsepower as opposed to, I think it was like 301 for the last one, and 260 pound-feet of total torque. That is to make room for the much more spicy hybrid version that outputs 329 total horsepower. Comes standard with a front-wheel drive drivetrain, or you can get the optional all-wheel drive drivetrain, which is standard in the XRT. This one you can option either or. It also comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission, a hybrid powertrain for the Palisade. Why does that sound like alliteration? Hybrid? Oh, it's because of the B in hybrid. It also has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds, but the front-wheel drive drivetrain has a better EPA rating than the all-wheel drive, but only by 1 or 2 miles to the gallon. Not that big a deal. Now, if I were to hedge a bet, I would probably say that Hyundai made the second generation Palisade look like this because it looks like it is going toe-to-toe now with the Grand Highlander and the Mazda CX-90, which at this point are more premium than they are standard, but they're also not technically luxury. I don't know, it's getting confusing out here. I love this redesign. It took me a second to get used to it because it is very angular, it is very boxy, and it is very in your face. Hyundai knows what their buyers want, and this is a very handsome front fascia. The more top of the line ones, you do get a more protruded front bumper, as well as you do get this LED bar that lights up at night, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. I think less is more. It's a lot. And that's coming from me. Now, okay, I have to spit out, which is something I rarely do, a bunch of information. So you'll have to excuse the fact that I have my iPad with me right now, but I just want to get everything correct for you guys, just so that you know that the fact that this looks bigger actually isn't a mirage. It actually is bigger. In overall length, going from 196.7 to 199.2, the wheelbase also grew about 2 to 3 inches, with 116.9 over last model year's 114.2. It also got a little bit wider, only by 0.2 inches though, but I guess every point inch counts. It also grew in height by just a tiny bit from 68.9 to 69.5, but it actually lost ground clearance from last year's 7.9 to this generation's 7.4 inches of ground clearance. Interesting. The XRT probably has more. In terms of cargo volume, it actually gained more cargo volume with 19.1 cubic feet of storage in the back behind the third row. With all the seats folded, you get about 86.7 cubic feet of total storage, which is only 0.3 more than the outgoing generation. Now, what I really love about the Calligraphy itself is the fact that you can put down every row at the same time. And it will move the front seats for you so that it achieves it every single time. Because I know for me, it is so pesky when I'm filming these and I put down the second row for examples and I can't because the second row is being obstructed by the first. These are tiny little problems that I have. Let's take it for a drive. Can somebody please tell me why I have Katy Perry's Fireworks stuck in my head? Like, why would a plastic bag want to start again? Start again as what? Oil? Welcome to the interior of the new 2026 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. And boy, did I forget to talk about how I like the back end of the exterior. And I'm gonna do that now, juxtapose to this interior. And I think the exterior in general has a very sleek, very modern, very ultra modern look to it. I love the fact that they have the same stacked H-style motif going on in the front as well as the back. And I really love the way that it's angular and harsh and it looks great. Compared to the interior, it literally is nothing like the exterior. Whereas the exterior is ultra modern, the interior, yes, ultra modern, but the overall design of it is completely mid-century. And you can see it the most in this dashboard. It is so cool. It's circular. It has really nice materials. This is like the softest touch dashboard I've felt in a while. I am obsessed with the passenger's view. I think that is a very nice viewpoint. Okay. So the engine. It sounds about the same as the previous one did. I had that recently, obviously, if you've been watching my channel, thank you so much. And please go watch that one once you're done with this one. I liked that one. I liked that engine. I think it was quick on its feet, and I think for what it was good, right? It feels a lot more lackadaisical than it used to. Now, I mean, it gets to where it needs to go, and it does it successfully, and I don't fear for my life getting on the highway or anything like that. But I do kind of wish that the engine was just a bit peppier. Obviously, they saved the spicier powertrain for the hybrid, and I'm sure that that one is probably faster, I hope, especially with the more power that it has. In terms of suspension, it has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. From what I can surmise is a more comfortable suspension, especially on speed bumps and potholes and stuff like that. Just like the last Palisade though, there is nothing dynamic about the way that you can drive this. This is, by and large, just a daily cruising machine. It can handle itself, but not in the most confident way I've ever experienced. Look at that old Bel Air. Oh my God. Oh, it's two-tone. This is not a standard vehicle anymore. Especially the Calligraphy has catapulted this into premium range. And that is not just in the exterior either. Like, this interior is something to behold. It comes with so many bells and whistles, it's actually kind of astonishing. So it comes with two 12.3-inch infotainment and gauge cluster digital fully. This is par for the course for everything that Hyundai puts out now. The only difference is that even though it does look like the same screens, the way that they've housed it in this dashboard is so smart, and I think it does really well for this dashboard layout. This part right here is really nice as well. This reminds me of a Genesis GV70 with this oval, and there are less buttons. I know I'm a stickler for buttons, but this is so much more clear and concise and just handsome on the interior. It's just so good. It's so good. I think it's really interesting that they put a lot of the driving functionalities on the exterior part of it. Maybe the camera button should be a little bit closer, and as should the parking sensors, but I think it's fine. Now, one thing I did also notice too is the fact that there is no center locking differentials button anymore, which I find to be interesting. There's only terrain controls now between snow, mud, and sand. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, I don't know, but I could not find anywhere where you can lock the center diff. As long as you put it into the terrain mode, like, it should be fine. The computers will adjust, like, it's fine. So let's talk about some of my other favorite features about this. You have second and third row heated seats. The second row seats are heated and ventilated, and they're power adjustable. Now, I'm pretty sure that's only available in the Calligraphy line. They're not only power adjustable, but they also can go into a relax mode, which all 4 captain's chairs can go in a relax mode, which I have found to be actually kind of relaxing. I don't have any jokes right now because I'm just like gooning over this car and I love this thing. Let's talk about leg and headroom. I'm fine up front. There's no problem up front. The second row, also no problem. It's totally fine. And you can see in this B-roll clip that this is my preferred seating position and I actually fit well in it. The second row is on rails too, so that makes it easy for families with car seats. But the most impressive part about this, to me, is the third row. The third row is power adjustable, not only for your back, but also for power sliding forward and backwards. That's incredible for a third row, especially in a standard car like this. And the most impressive thing is that I actually fit back there. Now, of course, it's a little squeezed for leg room, but if you make everybody kind of adjust, the first and the second row adjust, you have plenty of leg room, and I have headroom. I am 6'4", and I have leg room and headroom in this midsize SUV. That is incredible. I think one thing I forgot to mention too is that even though it's a little bit slower and it doesn't handle the best, it is perfect for cruising. It is such a soft, supple, gorgeous, comfortable ride. Just like no qualms about it. I think the only qualm that I have about it is the start stop. It lurches the engine back on and then like you will kind of like get lurched back into your chair. But regardless of that, it's really nice. So okay, let's get into final thoughts. Wow. Wow. This is how you redesign one of your best-selling cars. You keep it ostensibly the same, but you make it better in ways that you could have from the previous gen. Even the standard regular interior of this would be fine enough. It's gorgeous in here. I think really the only 2 qualms I have about this is that I don't really like the highway drive assist. I don't think that it works very well, and for that, I take some points off for it. And I also think the only other thing that I have kind of a problem with is the start stop is very aggressive. But other than that, I guess if I were to, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but I want to give it like a 9 out of 10. It's really incredible. And the fact that like this is only the base engine and you can get more power out of a hybrid powertrain. They did it. They did it. They did it, Joe. The Bose sound system is to die for. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got, really. I mean, yes. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is Tuesdays and Sundays at this point, I think. So thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Hey, Sparks. Thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options. Right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.